So both sides that spawn this conscious community, two different conscious communities, right? For both having legitimate reasons. One, okay, if you're being lionized and made into a pariah so that you could be stigmatized and pushed out, okay, you don't have to program with those people. We get that. Okay, I understand that. So we don't have to program with them. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, who on the other side, we're doing it too. We're saying, like Kendrick Lamar saying that they're colonizer, right? Same thing. We don't want to be colonized. Now, if we don't take it personal that you don't want to program with other cars, with other races, with other whatever, you don't want to work with them. Maybe you had a bad experience. They have the same thing going on, saying Kendrick Lamar says it's colonizer. But when some information comes up about Epstein and everybody's waiting to find out who he trafficked to, and you know the only way that you're ever going to find out is through other people and tying off loose ends of, gifts that fell in our lap of things that we can look into. But just saying, God, I don't want to deal with the Kendrick Lamar's gay. Okay. You're affected. That's overboard. We understand there's wokeism. There's a class of white people that hates itself. There's a class of black people that hates other black people. And some of our black people resonate with those white people, and some of those white people resonate with the wrong black people. So we get affected. We want to say, like, I'm going to deal with my stuff over here. You can deal with your stuff. I don't want nothing to do with any of it. But when your stuff is dealing with, we don't want somebody talking head telling us, nah, do this, do that. Don't look at this, look over there, when they are dog fuckers. You're not a dog fucker, so you should be up here, not listening to them down there. To go back to that, right? We had to have a conscious community, you know what I mean? You have to, and so you're like, but when you get distracted because your feelings got hurt by a group of people that you're not even supposed to be interfering with, then it makes you look weird. Because I'm not going to say that Natalie Biden is not as important as the trafficking at the Mark Hotel. I'm not going to do that because I like, talking about black people stuff, and staying out of white people's stuff. That doesn't make any sense anymore. They're all tied together. So, maybe if I tell black folks about a clandestine ecumenical society, and I don't want to say Greek because I don't want to stigmatize the Orthodox, right? And I have to differentiate again that there's another delineation you got to make. They don't know, and they don't have enough time, and they're like, gosh, that's a lot of fucking information to crunch. But I know that you can, because if I can, you can. Who am I to say that you can't if I can process? And then on the other side, they're like, wondering why nobody's talking about Natalie Biden, and they think the Hunter Biden laptop isn't real. We don't have time to listen to two gay rappers and their beef. So they just short-sighted. They think it's just a beef, and they don't want to deal with that. Okay. But isn't that the same motherfucker and those same elitists and the same celebrities and the same ecumenical CIA clandestine activity? Aren't they all tied in the same people? So to ignore that is the limited hangout. You go at the other conscious community trying to alienate them because they effectively shunned you because they said, I don't want to program with you. They're going at you because you alienated them and effectively shunned them because you said that they was down with the colonizer or something, but then you came into some information that could help them. They came into some information that could help you. And it's both your same enemy and you don't want to share. It's a small amount of time, limited amount of time that I have to deal with a certain amount of knowledge that is uncomfortable to have it because nobody else has it. Sooner or later, somebody balanced perspective enough not overcompensating in the pain brain, living inside of their pain brain, right? To be able to usher these things and finally and put it in front of people enough so that they notice that there is something there. That's gonna happen. And when it happens, I'll smell like roses. But right now, I look like a shit sandwich to anybody who doesn't want to have some, to be the steward of some information that is not, that nobody has. And so it's like, damn, I gotta have understanding for everybody, because they can't be disturbed by something if they didn't know it doesn't exist to them. You know, and then you have to put up with so much of them saying, oh, by the way, didn't you know? And I have you know this and that. And it's, oh, fucking old hat. Yesterday, there's no really anybody left who hasn't deciphered. And if they don't know today, it's because they make a conscious choice to act like they don't know. So why are you talking to them anymore? Didn't they just say that you were the one in the echo chamber? I mean, you might be not talking to your community anymore and just going back and forth with an enemy that's not listening, but it's still not what I would describe as an echo chamber. The echo chamber is like somebody who can spend $1 billion and lose in a PR campaign to try to win hearts and minds, and you spend all these countless resources and lose to somebody who spends their own money. That, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. It's like they have an echo chamber. They might have absorbed us into it, but they still ran out of people left to hear, and we're also tuning them out too. So yeah, I don't know if that's supposed to hurt their feelings or if we're just supposed to watch them disappear and dissipate and go away. I don't care about hurting anybody's feelings, but there's some people that I want to never fucking hear or see him from again or hear about.